home of the Super Bowl 52 champions, Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start by running the option to the right. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down.
That was well coached and even better executed, because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized, and had excellent pursuit to stack that play up.
2nd down. Here's Hurts. That's to the speedster, Olamide Zaccheaus. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Here's Hurts to throw. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
Eighth play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. They hand off to their big tight end. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
Gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try it now with Swift. He needed 2. He only got 1. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. Well, they miss an opportunity to put some points on the board on the opening drive. They pass on the field goal. What'd you think?
I'm looking at it from a positive standpoint for them. First drive of the game, they set the tone, right? They go downfield. They let them know how aggressive they're going to be all game long. Even though they don't get it, because it's the first drive of the game, you're not that worried about it. Hey, we got plenty of other opportunities as this game moves on.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Play action. It's Jackson. His throw incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. teaching point. Get your head around, locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
On third down, Jackson. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Let's take it at around the 40. No score after one on EA Sports.
No score.
Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. Swift going to try up the middle. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Hurts. They'll roll him out right. Oh, what was he thinking there? It's easily intercepted. Picked up by Brandon Stevens. And the Ravens force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. The keeper there turning into a big play of 23 yards, and it moves the sticks. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Josh Sweat coming in strong and dropping him behind the line of scrimmage. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. That's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. Jackson, option right. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. If you're a lover of offense, this has not been the half for you thus far. Luckily for me, though, I'm sitting next to a lover of defense, and we have had plenty of that, including that interception.
Yeah, and I mean, that still makes it a great game, doesn't it? Everybody talks about if the ball's not in the end zone and points going up on the board, it's not as much fun. I love these defensive battles. Something's got to give with these turnovers. Who can convert them into points?
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it. And the Ravens will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. That one goes for 30 yards.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Dobbins running out of the gun. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Ravens post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Flush to his right. And Hurts is intercepted. His 3rd of the game. Picked up by Brandon Stevens. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They're going to hurry back to the line now. To throw is Jackson. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
A 25-yard attempt.
Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And a pretty poor return as he will dive to the ground to give himself up.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. 1 second, all that remains. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Oh, he brings it in off the deflection. And he's in for the touchdown. Final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They didn't need a lot of football. Full half to be played. Good with a PAT, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and we welcome you back now alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Now Jackson on first down. Buying time to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on first down. This defense coming out after the half, and if that plays any indicator, Charles, maybe a little refreshed and refocused here for quarters 3 and 4.
Yeah, they did really well on that one. That's exactly what they need to keep doing if they want to change their fortunes in this game.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the
And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. So this whole game gets flipped on its ear right there. The interception, return for a touchdown, and this lead. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. It's a wobbler, and it's intercepted. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. From his end zone, here comes Justice Hill. Escapes the defender. And only able to get this to the 19, so it probably should have opted for the touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick-6.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
On second down, here's Jackson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
From the gun on third down, Jackson. Flushed out right. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. Now it's Jackson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air and defensively. They were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Off the play fake, here's Jackson, and that is incomplete.
First down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14. They'll try and throw for it here. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. To say they've kept him under wraps running the football, that's an understatement. He's been completely neutralized.
Yeah, they've essentially taken him out of the game, haven't they? And you know all the teams say, we're not going to let him beat us. Well, that's exactly what's happened here. They've lived up to that.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And that is incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. And this will not have the distance to get there. Short, no good, just under the crossbar, and that will keep this a 3-point game. Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Now it's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. Well, he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Three quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. He'll get this down to the 21, just on the edge of the red zone.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
The Ravens on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 7. On the option right is Jackson. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run with Dobbins. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
On 2nd down, Jackson. And it's caught. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. Jackson now. Toward the end zone, but that's going to line up incomplete.
As soon as he laid down, began his round, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. They'll try and run the option. And he's not going to get there. They tackle him at the 2. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the result, instead of the chip shot to tie, they turn the ball over on downs. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down times. They've got to work on getting 1st downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going, and above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
They go back to the ground, this time Swift. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he'll be out of bounds right at about the 10-yard line. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
He didn't like what he saw downfield, decided his best course of action was to take off and run. And that ended up being a gamble that did not pay off for him. Now they would have to gamble again if they want to keep this series going.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Marcus Williams. A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call. In that situation, sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front that's prepared for him to try and take off.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. So here comes Justin Tucker in a big spot. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good. And we are all tied here in the final stages. So a big kick to get this back to even. Yet now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get into overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you, but you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best of the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Hurts throw here into the hands of Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. All 3 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Throwing is Hurts. He's going to let this one go deep. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I don't know if you need the big shot right there or not, because you've still got time to work some of the shorter stuff and try to get into field goal range. They did go for the big one there. It would have been nice, but it winds up incomplete.
Here's Hurts to throw. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 45-yard line.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Being chased out left. It's caught. Smith. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Here comes 2nd down at 5. They go play action with Hurts. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Here now, 3rd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You're having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
Got to avoid the flags defensively. Here's 4th and long.
63, 63, 63.
Hurts. He sets to fire deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And this defense will take over right at midfield. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Here's Jackson. Oh, and that is incomplete. And that will get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. They'll come up now on 2nd down. Throwing, Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout.
Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So it's the Eagles who will get the first chance to go down and find a winner as they'll get it here, and we are back underway. Fair catch called for and taken, so the ball brought up to the 25 to begin this overtime session. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that fourth down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
Coming up on a 3rd and 9, opening drive of overtime as they look to convert. Looking to throw. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. Inside the 20. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. And for the visitors, it is going to be a happy flight home. It is always such a treat, Charles, in the NFL when you can go on the road and get a victory, and that's exactly what they accomplished here today.
The trip home so much sweeter, isn't it? All the noise they heard before, how tough it is to win on the road, how tough it is to play in this stadium, how